Episode 45 of The Talking Guys. How are y'all doing this evening? Because it is this evening. We are uploading Tuesday this week, so we're recording the night before. So how are y'all doing today?
Hey. Oh, good. It was a blast of a day.
Yeah, it was kind of a long day. I was tired, dude. I was thinking about taking a nap, and then luckily Seth was like, "Oh, when do we need to get on again?" And I was like, "Oh, probably shouldn't take a nap." So
Mm, Yeah. This last week, did any of the weather affect y'all? Because here in Texas, it pretty much shut everything down.
I mean, any weather shuts everything down in Texas, let's be
yeah,
honest.
big wimp
But
over there.
it did get pretty bad in North Texas. I didn't see any pictures in South Texas, but it sounded pretty bad there too.
Well, when it's 8 degrees outside
But
with a wind chill of negative
8,
13.
okay, so it's just a normal day up north.
Yeah.
Like those temperatures aren't bad. Get -30s and you're like, "Okay, it's a little
Oh,
cold. I'm going to go get a jacket." So,
Well, the
you.
issue, Seth, was that
Uh huh.
Texas isn't prepared for that sort of weather. That thing
No,
is,
I thought first of all,
Texas is the greatest
for
country in
you
the
to say
world.
something that out of line about Texas, Texas is prepared for every damn thing in the entire world. They have their
As
own
long as
power
it
grid
shoots back.
separate from the rest of the country so that they will never be reliant on them to stop them from having power. Okay, buddy?
clearly it wasn't enough.
Whoa, whoa! Some blasphemy type words. I was actually pretty disappointed by him. I'm disappointed with Texas.
Yeah, it was odd.
Pretty fast.
I was over in Fort Worth for most of the week, so I wasn't able to get to work due to the road conditions. But just looking for food, going out, businesses either were not open or they were
Yep.
closing really early.
Yep.
You go to any kind of grocery store, and most of the stuff that they had was out of stock. It was reminiscent of last year around March time, when the pandemic was officially, I
I
Yep.
guess,
mean, we're
announced.
just gonna make it a yearly thing where we run everything out of stock.
Whether
Yeah.
it's a pandemic, ice storm. Next year it'll be a hurricane that somehow makes it into Kansas. Just just let it happen, okay?
Or Kansas.
Yeah, so what a week. What a week. Hopefully those that are, watching stayed safe, stayed warm. Um, you know, I believe most of Texas is back up and running because I think it was, 70 degrees outside today. And they had boil bans. Or I guess with the water, you're supposed to boil it
I heard
to
about
make
the
sure it's
water
safe to drink.
shortages and
Yeah.
stuff, yeah, it's crazy.
So yeah.
It's funny though, right? Because, while Texas was getting their butts handed to them, like, really getting their butts handed to them, um, Louisiana was acting like they were getting their butts handed to them, but really only up north in Louisiana, like, up higher up in the state. The rest of the state, dude, Pete, you would have thought that it was the end of the world down here in BR in the Baton Rouge, but it was not. The roads didn't. Even though it got cold and it iced, you could literally drive on all the roads except for the bridges. And people acted like it was the end of the world. Like, literally, all the grocery stores were shut down, everything. And it was like, it's just cold outside, people. Like, nobody wanted to
It
show up to
wasn't
work.
even that cold.
I drove at 9 o'clock at night every night on all these roads and never ran into one thing of ice that was actually on
Really.
the road. Yeah, I was so disappointed. I was so excited. Like, I was leaving early for work and everything, being like, "Oh, what am I gonna do? I got this truck. Let's go." Nothing.
Yeah.
Waste of my money. I
You
knew
should
it
you
was
should
coming.
you should have left it here for me to use because I probably could have used that because the road conditions were just absolute trash
Yeah, I heard
here.
they were really bad, and I heard up where we used to live in Lafayette, they were really bad too.
They
Like,
weren't.
ice was everywhere.
They weren't.
You,
It wasn't bad out there.
well,
Coming from multiple sources out there, they said
it
it
wasn't.
really wasn't that bad, but it was very overplayed.
Yeah.
Everyone acted like it was.
But we know multiple people in Texas that literally lost power for, like, what? I know,
4 days is close. Yeah.
Johnny, who was on this a while ago, he lost power for like 31 hours straight. He said it was 30 degrees in his home.
Yeah, we were fortunate at the
Crazy.
apartment we didn't lose electricity, but we did
Yeah.
lose they turned the water off for about 5, 6 days. I think yesterday was the first day they officially turned it all back on, just due to the amount of leaks that they were having.
Yep.
So,
And people's pipes burst everywhere, and well, just a nightmare. Hey, you know who's gonna live high and mighty for the next few months? Plumbers. It's a good year to be a plumber. Great year, actually. So,
True.
great year to be a plumber. Anybody that does drywall, ceilings, beams, anything like that, somebody's going to have to come back in and paint all these houses and fix them after all the pipes blew open the walls and ruined it all. Make a lot of money.
geez, yeah, I couldn't imagine. You know, I'm assuming people woke up in the middle of the night, and just the ceilings were collapsing and just water was everywhere.
And
What a
then it's
nightmare.
already cold.
Yeah,
I saw a picture of a ceiling fan that was in like an apartment building, and there was literally water just like down and like hanging like 3 feet into the middle of it, and it was just like a stalactite because it had just frozen while it was leaking water down from a pipe bursting in the apartment complex. I was like, that's crazy, dude. But we didn't have any of that, so we lucked out. Hopefully, people are safe. Uh, I did hear the only other thing I wanted to say about it was you heard about all the like outrageous electrical bills and stuff. People are saying they got charged like thousands of dollars to run their electricity.
Oof.
It's like that. Yeah,
Isn't
sucks. Sucks real big.
isn't that a normal electric bill?
I saw this one that is true. This guy pays $600 on average. He owns like 3 different buildings, right? I think one of them he like rents out. One of them's like a storage shed type deal, and then his home, and it cost him $17,000 for this month's electricity bill. Like astronomical numbers. So
There's no
hopefully that
way.
doesn't
There's no
happen to too
way.
many
Well,
people.
there's no way he's gonna have to pay that.
yeah. Do you fight that, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you got. Oh hell yeah! Somebody else was gonna have to pay like $3,800.
Take them straight
Just
to
like
court.
ridiculous. Yep.
So, I mean, there were people that were being even charged that didn't have electricity.
Yeah. It's a big mess. I looked into it, seen lots of articles, heard lots of people's opinions. Like, poor y'all.
Yeah,
Oh,
well, it's the end of the world, 2020. So this is just
I actually had
just the
somebody.
next level.
I had somebody that said that they were like, "I told you, it's the end of the world," and I was like, "I don't know about that, but
Bad,
definitely
bad to
has
see
been a
some riders
pretty."
on some horses.
Yeah, the minds were dyslexic, and instead of 2012, it was actually 2021.
2020 was just the beginning,
It was a
and 20
prologue.
yeah, and then 2021 was the real deal.
Yeah,
So,
we're just getting started.
yep.
Oh,
Just wait.
bring it.
Just wait for
I'm
everything
bored.
else coming. You
Yeah.
said you're bored.
Bored. Bring it.
I can't wait till the day after tomorrow
I,
happens.
I
I'm
was just
ready.
watching a show about the end of the world kind of thing and like rebuilding civilization. I'm like, I would thrive in this. Like, I want in. So come on.
Be careful what you wish for, Seth.
That
I
would be crazy,
no.
right?
I mean, I would. Yeah, I don't. You wouldn't find me complaining.
We would do
But the
what we had to
monotony
do,
of the
Will.
day to day is boring. Mix it up a
I'd
little
just be
bit.
like, Seth, tell me what to do. He'd be like, go, steal from these people. Yes, sir. We've got this.
Your job to keep putting the bullets in the mags.
I'm fine with my boring life. I like it.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, I feel you there. I've actually enjoy it for the most part. I've come to terms with COVID. It doesn't really bug me anymore. But I do wish we could go back out and like go to bars and stuff.
Well, I
At a
think they're
bar
saying
on
by
Friday.
April there's the herd immunity is supposed to kick in or whatever, but
Yeah,
they
but
keep.
you heard Biden and Fauci now are saying that we're going to be wearing it until next April, like next year, April. Masks. We're going to have to continue to wear masks for
I
another
th-
year
I
and a
think
half.
my mask makes me cool. I should wear it on here.
At this point, I need to get like a Bane mask, and be like,
Mhm.
"Well, how are you today?" Just so I can scare people at least, and that'll make my day like semi fun.
Yeah, it's It's strange because yeah, I've got a lot of newer coworkers that started, middle of last year, late last year, and you have no idea what they look like without the mask on. Because it's like, I didn't know you before, and now, I only know you wearing this
Oh, yeah,
piece of cloth.
That's so
the
true.
other day I had somebody who I had hired, and I'd seen her multiple times, like throughout, because when I visited her store, and like so I recognize her on site generally, but I went into the back room and she had it off, and I had to look at her name tag, like, who are you? Kind of funny.
Yeah, it's
Do I know
crazy.
you?
Yeah, but her
I
mask back on. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, no, I know who you are.
Or
I
sometimes
literally had
you'll see girls, and you're like, "Oh, okay, okay, all right." They take the mask off. No, no, put it back on. Just nope.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
see, it happens the opposite for me. If I take my mask off, people tend to run. But
Oh,
if all you can
okay.
see is my eyes, pulled right in.
True. Word. The beard is fearsome. I've had like probably 3 or 4 people that I talk to consistently at work that come in and like talk to me, right? That are not workers that I work with. They're just like guests that come in and say hi. And literally none of them I have seen without their face mask on. And then each of them, like in the last month, for some reason, I've seen them without their masks, and it's actually kind of shocking. Like their voices, their eyes, everything, the structure of their face leading down to here. I don't know what I thought they looked like on that bottom half, but it was not what I expected. I was like, oh, okay, interesting. So I don't know. It's kind of strange to think about that.
Man, crazy, crazy things, man. Hmm. Oh, did y'all seen any movies lately? Like theatrical releases?
Thought that
We
the theater
watched the
industry was
one.
dead.
Well, I mean, like, have y'all gone to any theaters because they're opening
Oh
back up?
no,
No.
no.
I'm gonna allow them to die by not giving them.
Oh.
Wow.
My dad and I had gone probably about a month ago now, and saw The Marksman with Liam Neeson. Not a great movie, didn't expect much going into it. It's not one of those movies from the trailers like, man, this is gonna be the one I'm gonna watch. This is gonna be the Academy Award winner. Nope. Just a movie, like a fun popcorn movie, And we get to the concession stand. A large tub of popcorn is 4.50. $4.50 for the
Yeah.
large.
That's cheap, right?
Yeah, because I think
Yes.
I
usually
was
they're
gonna
like
say I
8.75 or
haven't been in
9.
forever, but I'm like,
Hey.
that sounds cheap.
They're
Yeah.
trying to drive people not coming, supply and demand. People have starved them so long that they're finally like, you know what? We're not going to charge these outrageous prices anymore. We just need
Come watch
somebody
a
to come.
$5 movie and spend $80.
Oh,
Yeah.
hell yeah. 4
That
bucks for a
was
large. Larges is a lot of popcorn too. Jeez.
yeah, that was the one that caught my attention. I didn't really pay much attention to the prices of the other items. I think they were cheaper. It was just the popcorn was nearly half the cost of what it used to be. Of course, once this is over and theaters start to repopulate, it'll probably skyrocket again. And you don't think so? I don't
It
know.
might not be the end of the world, but it's the end of the theater.
You got a lot of directors like was it Christopher Nolan who was disappointed that his movie was being released through Warner Brothers HBO Max because it wasn't a movie that was
Yeah,
designed or
I
shot for that format.
I
You're gonna have
definitely don't.
directors and you're gonna have actors that will refuse to make movies for the small screen.
I definitely don't want it to be on HBO every time or whatever. Like, I'm not
It will
interested in
be.
that. I
It
want to go
will
to
be.
theaters. I like going to theaters, dude.
It will be.
But
Trying
we
to think.
did
What are we
watch
in
a new movie
2021? Hey,
on
5 years or so,
you're
they'll be
hating,
all
dude.
but obsolete.
We'll see.
Um, we did watch, what was that movie we watched with Denzel Washington, Seth?
John
Oh, it was one
Q.
that came out recently, right?
Yeah, it was actually really good. It was about a serial killer. And he was trying
Yeah, I
to
can't remember
catch
the
him.
title, but it's got yeah, Denzel Washington in it.
Jared Leto.
Yeah, and then Rami Malek, right?
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Remy. It was so good.
I
Or
haven't seen it
Can't think
yet,
of what it's
but I
called.
I was interested, but I noticed that it is actually leaving HBO Max on the 29th of this month. So if you haven't
Really?
already seen it, yeah. So I guess they're only doing limited uh runs for free, and it's possible they may charge. I don't know because this is the first movie they've released
Charge
that's going to get.
rent and, like, you can rent it off Amazon and stuff like that. I'm sure that's what they're gonna do. They wanna try and make some money off of it. They spend a lot of money making these, so if they don't get enough money back, there's no point in making a movie like that, you know?
Yeah, with this being the
So,
first movie that HBO's released to HBO Max like day of release, I guess it remains to be seen whether or not it'll be a premium video you have to purchase through the app, or what Patrick just said, and it goes to other streaming services for renting options. So
you know?
if you haven't already seen it, I guess go see it. I haven't seen it yet. I've been kind of busy, but it's on my
Highly
list.
recommend watching it. It is a long movie though, so you'll sit down, but it was very good. I was glad to see Denzel. I haven't seen him in a movie in a while.
Yeah, he's a good actor. I like him.
Yeah.
One of my favorites.
Definitely
And
could be.
I
Last thing I saw him in was the Equalizer Part Two, or is it the Magnificent? Was it Magnificent Seven with the Western? Right?
Oh, you know what? I don't think I ever watched that, but you might be right, he was in it. Or
Yeah,
was that
I don't.
yeah.
That may not be the exact title of the movie, but he was in there. It
Was
was
that
pretty
a
good.
good movie?
I liked it. Yeah, I mean, not the best movie, but yeah,
I
definitely
didn't.
worth
I didn't
watching.
watch it. I've seen the cover a lot of times.
Yeah, same. Same.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's
Uh,
Magnificent Seven.
okay,
Uh,
compared to like 310 to Yuma, how good was it?
310 U is better.
Okay, because I thought 310 to Yuma was a pretty good western for modern day western. They don't really
Yeah,
make very good westerns anymore. I don't know what happened.
I
They
don't
just
really
suck at
make
them.
westerns.
I know. I feel like it's still an untapped, there's still lots of stories you could tell out in the West that would be interesting to hear.
yeah,
People just don't want to do it. Like I liked the beginning of Westworld because it was kind of that same. It gave you that vibe. It was cool.
yeah. First season's really great.
Yep, and then it went downhill. I think we already talked about this before, though.
Yeah, we
So
have.
We did. We did. Did you guys see that they're making a John Wick 4?
I saw
Yeah,
that.
but we knew that was gonna happen.
So mad. They
Yeah,
shouldn't have, they really shouldn't have made it 2.
they're ma-
But 4, come on.
no, I'll say
they're
this.
making a
So
Fast and Furious 9.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean,
please
they should
stop.
have stopped that one after 4.
the third John Wick movie should have ended the series. Like it should have wrapped it as
Yeah,
a trilogy, and you
yeah.
can end on a high note.
Mhm.
I don't get why. I mean, I don't think it was there was no story involved, so there was no point in a trilogy.
Yeah.
Like it had
Well,
a
there was a
lot of
story
cool
that
had a
was
lot of cool
expanded until the
combat
third
and
movie.
stuff. Like a very good choreography. It looked awesome, but the movie had no point. Like,
No,
and
but
then they
they
just
were they
keep
were
on going.
laying the background in the third movie. They just took too long to actually you know
Yeah, but it's
set
like
one up.
there's no story. He's literally just fighting and chasing and running from people. That's the story.
Well, no, there's a story. He's a guy, that used to be the best at what he
They
did.
killed his
He
dog.
got out, and there was a
They
reason
killed
for him
his
to come
dog.
back in. He was upset, had nothing to lose, so he just decides to start killing again.
So the whole movie is him just killing people.
Hmm.
I mean, it's not really a story.
That's not a
That's
story.
a story that could have been written by a 4-year-old.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
mean, you don't have to have a Lord of the Rings esque kind of story in order to make a good movie.
What about
If
the
you're
first three
making
Bourne movies?
one, you
You
don't.
can
But if
make
you're
a
trying to
very
make a
action-packed
series, you
movie that's
do.
interesting.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not saying that the Wick trilogy, I guess, is better than the Bourne trilogy because the Bourne trilogy is, I'll argue, is one of the best trilogies they've made. Obviously, being based on a book
Well, I'll
helps.
take one of the best. Okay, one of the
Yeah,
best.
one of the
It's
best.
up there with Lord of the Rings that we just
Now,
talked about, but
unfortunately, it
the
has to
actual Lord of the
compete with
Rings,
Lord of the Rings.
yeah,
So,
not The Hobbit though.
The Hobbit, they made those movies.
Sadly, and it
Yeah,
is
actually, they actually
highly,
just
highly
I don't think
disappointing.
they did.
this last December they actually released the original trilogy, the Lord of the Rings trilogy on 4K Blu-ray. So
Does it actually look good?
I haven't picked it up yet because it keeps going out of stock on Amazon. I think it's like $80, and I believe they're the extended versions too,
I
I
which
haven't
is the
seen
only
remember
way
the
to watch
versions.
the trilogy.
Very
when
true.
I
But
was in depth in military, um, for the Navy or whatever, and I went up to their you like are at this hotel that you go to. It's the same hotel. Like everybody goes to the same hotel in Dallas, and they
Hotel
board you
California.
up there, and they have like a little like special area that you can go and like chill while you're waiting before you go the next morning and go through your whole medical process, right? And they had Fast and Furious Tokyo. No, I think it was
Tokyo Drift,
I think it was Fast and Furious 2 in 4K.
Too Fast, Too
The
Furious.
the worst looking movie I have ever seen. I was like, I do not remember it being this bad. It looks so bad.
Yeah, but some of
4K
those movies
4K made
aren't.
it look too realistic that it showed how fake it really was. Like the special effects and everything. It just looked bad. I can't believe this. I don't know if maybe it was just a TV or something, but
It might have
I
been,
just
or it might have been, trying to remaster something in 4K. Like if it's originally shot in 4K, different than trying
Yeah,
to
you're good,
remaster
but if they
something.
yeah.
go back and they have to actually, yeah, because then you have to actually
Yeah.
go over every single scene, frame by
Yeah.
frame and touch everything up, and it just depends, if you have a quality company that does that or not, or
Can you
you
imagine the
outsource it for cheap.
rendering on that?
Say what?
Yeah,
Can you imagine the rendering on an entire movie to 4K? Takes so long.
A big old couple supercomputers put together probably knocks it out real quick.
not, no, I think that's a lengthy process, and it's probably an expensive one
Probably
too, which
done
is
on
why a lot
a
of
MacBook Pro Air.
shows, like older shows, they're not upscaled or remastered just because the time and money it would take to do that process just isn't worth the
And then people are
isn't
like,
worth
I
it.
don't I don't want to pay more money for a movie that came out 40 years ago just for it to be in 4K or whatever, 20 years ago. I'd rather just have the movie the way it was originally filmed, looking the way it was originally filmed, and just watch my movie and enjoy it.
Really? So I mean, and this is a big rule, especially in like creation, like art creation, whether it's music, movies, paintings, whatever. It is finish like do it, finish it, and walk away. Like just call it done and start a new project. Don't keep coming back
Unless
and
you're
trying to
George
fix it.
Lucas.
Don't keep coming back and trying to fix it. You finish it and then you start something else. And I think that's something that they let it be what it is. Move on.
That's the truth. You need to have a beginning, a journey, and an end. And that's what makes something beautiful. Even if you don't get to see all of that and you just get to see the end of the entire thing, right? Like a painting. You don't want them to just keep trying to repaint the same picture better.
Yeah, but if I can see the
Takes
beginning
work
Unless you're
or
away.
the
Bob
end
Ross.
of Frodo in
Unless you're Bob
4K,
Ross. That's true. But a lot of people watch Bob Ross when they're kind of high up in
high.
the sky. So
Like in an airplane.
yeah, yep, yep. So I don't know if we
Wait,
should
weed
totally
is legal on
value.
an airplane?
The air is out of any international border, so it's
I mean,
everything's legal up
technically,
there.
it's not legal, but if you get before you get on the plane, you're good to go. So,
So you're telling me you just need to fly high, high?
Yep.
yeah,
Mile High Club.
fly
That's what
high,
that
high
was
in the
meant as,
Mile
yeah.
High Club.
It
I
is.
I talked to this guy that uh I don't even know his full story. He went to jail
He
basically
went to jail.
for selling synthetic weed. K2, basically back in the day when K2 was legal, right? He sold to all these smoke shops and he was selling like a crap ton. Well, they criminalized it and then they didn't tell anybody or he didn't know about it right away. And like 15 days after they criminalized it, they caught him with 36 pounds of K2 and he went to jail for 5 years. Um, and he told me, he used to go and hang out with celebrities. He has pictures of all these people he used to be friends with because he was worth millions of dollars at the time. Because of how much he was selling. He was selling like $176,000 worth of K2 to these smoke shops and stuff all the time. It was just crazy. Anyways, point being, he told me that this one time he got on a plane, and I can't remember who he was with, but they went to Colorado and they were coming back and they had all this weed with them, and they were like, you know what, we can't bring it in. So they had like liquid marijuana that was like in a drink. And so they all had bought this drink before they like went in. So they went all the way into the thing. And then right before they went through the security's checkpoint, they chugged their drinks and then threw them away and just like went through. And he was like, they were just like the whole time they were flying home. And he was like, it was interesting to say the least. But I probably wouldn't recommend doing that.
I wouldn't chug any substance right before getting on an airplane. I'm just saying. Like
I don't know. I
I
don't
have
think it
no
would be a fun
problems with flying
experience.
either, but it's just a lot like all the pressure changes and like
Yeah.
acceleration and stuff. I'd be afraid that not enjoy it.
I feel like it would just put me to sleep and I would just sleep the entire flight. So maybe that would be a good thing for me because I never sleep. I cannot sleep on an airplane.
I can't
No, I
sleep
can't
on
either.
any moving vehicle.
I can sleep in a car. Easy.
I've noticed.
Seth
Ten,
knows.
10 seconds into a drive, just boom, gone.
But I mean, I've taken so many road trips and stuff, and my parents used to like, like we just would drive everywhere, and sometimes we would drive like, these ridiculous amounts of space. You're stuck in a car for 10 hours. You're not telling me you're gonna take a nap? Something, Seth?
For maybe like 5 minutes. Like I mean, we used to drive back and forth from Michigan to Texas multiple times a year, which
Mm-hmm.
that's like 20 hours, I think. So 18 to 20 hours, I can't
Ugh.
remember, somewhere in there. Um, and I would like we'd be in the back. We'd even like set up a full bed in the back, like fold down the seats, put in a mattress. Like we've done that before. Um,
And you still couldn't?
I could lay there, close my eyes, and be very close, but I never couldn't fall asleep.
Damn, that sucks, man.
I mean, it's just
Yeah, I can't.
movement.
Yeah, that just the I don't know. I've never been able to like rest my head against something and just fall asleep upright. So just something I can't
But
really.
listen, in fairness to me, the few times that I have fallen asleep while with Seth, I'm usually sleep deprived. And it is the worst thing for me to not get any sleep and then have to go and drive. Like when we went to Corpus to see Kyle, you know, whew, I literally didn't sleep for like 36 hours straight, and it was all I could do to not fall asleep. I
Why
struggled
didn't
for
you
like,
sleep for 36 hours straight?
well, because we were traveling, and then you told me not to fall asleep, and then I had to work that
Don't
day,
pretend like you listened to that. Like literally mid
and
conversation, he'd be asleep. I'd be like, "Why didn't you respond?" I look over, I'm like, "Oh, okay."
it's because listen, when we're having a conversation, even if I'm like interested, right? I feel rude falling asleep. So I try not to. But there's like this battle you have with like your brain's like, Patrick, go to sleep. You're super tired. Like you need to go to sleep. And then the other part of it's like, no, I don't want to go to sleep. I don't want to go to sleep. Well, eventually the sleep always wins. I'm terrible.
Wouldn't it just
And
be the polite thing to say, "Hey, I'm gonna
Mi-
take a nap"?
Mind over matter.
yeah,
You
maybe.
control that sleep.
Maybe. You might be right there. Hey, but if not for that, I would not have gone to Wendy's and ordered like I was at Jack in the Box. Fair? Fair. And that was a great memory, and they laugh at me still to this day about it. So, because I literally did that. I've never ever done that.
Yeah, I'd
I
like
was
some
so
tacos.
delirious.
Yeah, sir, this is Wendy's.
It's like, can you give me 6 tacos and a curly fry? And they're like, yes, sir. No, this is Wendy's. Oh! And then I had to come up with something like off the fly of what I wanted, because I was
What
already
did you
put on
get?
the spot. I think a
He
bacon
got
burger or something,
tacos. Wendy's has a secret menu.
just for me. You just have to ask for it though. So just try it. Next time you go to Wendy's, just try it. Just be like, hey, can I have tacos?
Out, just try it.
I saw something online that was like, okay, um, damn, what it was. Do are tacos and sandwiches like the same thing, basically. What do you
No,
guys think?
No,
not even close.
like they're not the same. No, same style. They're not.
They s- they
It's
still have bread, meat, cheese. That's the sandwich.
not bread.
Yeah, it's not. No,
It is bread. It's just different kind of bread.
There's no yeast in
Still
it.
the same thing.
a
Doesn't
No,
matter.
tortilla.
A tortilla still I would still consider it somewhat a form of bread. Just a yeah, like pita.
no.
Pita is the same thing.
Yeah,
How
but
is
hey Patrick,
how is pita different?
an authentic street taco is going to be like the corn tortillas
Mhm.
with like a carne asada and cilantro and onions, no cheese, and that's an actual taco, right? So there's no cheese in that, so your argument is invalid.
And
Tex-Mex
it,
tacos. We're
it's
talking about
corn.
just
It's a corn tortilla, so it's not even made out of flour. So there's nothing in common with the bread. Even though I still think a flour
okay.
tortilla and bread are still very different things. But a corn tortilla and bread are on like different
If
spectrums.
anything, your argument should be is a hamburger considered a sandwich because it's way,
Yeah,
way,
I'll
way
buy that
closer
one.
in
Or
comparison
soup
to
considered
a
cereal.
sandwich. But it's not, Seth.
Why
No.
why isn't it?
Go check one of our first episodes. You'll find out.
I'm just oh yeah, the soup one. God.
Cereal is a soup. But anyways, well, we can go
What
back
was
to
it?
our taco
Episode? I
thing.
think that was episode 7. I think.
I don't know. It was definitely
Don't
early on.
wait.
But
Well, fine then. Okay, y'all are just you're closed-minded. That's all I'm gonna
not
say.
closed minded. I'm just right.
Mhm.
Would you consider a hamburger a sandwich then, Patrick?
Yes.
I feel like
What's different about it?
I feel like
Except for the meat's hot. What's different about it?
you can eat a toasted sandwich.
What about a grilled cheese sandwich that you put lunch meat in? It's the same thing.
What
It's
is
all
it?
the same thing.
Yeah, but it's called a grilled cheese sandwich. No one's arguing it's not a sandwich.
Yeah, it's also called a burger sandwich. Don't you know? Don't you know?
Also
Well,
in Europe, so a grilled cheese with
why
ham.
is it called a burger? Where did that originate from? Does anybody know that like off the top of their head or is
Who do you think I
okay?
am that I know why a hamburger is called a
I don't
hamburger off
know.
the
You
top
know,
of my
there's a
head?
lot of random things that people know
I
that they
know a
don't
lot
ever
of
think
random
about,
things,
and
but
then
that
you
is not
ask
one of
them,
those
and they're
things.
like, I
Why?
know." Is it
Where
like some
did these
word in
beans
a different language,
come
and
from?
that's why it's called burger? Is it like German or something,
Yeah,
or
yeah. It was actually
burger
invented by a guy named
French
Albert the Ambarger, and he was actually a French guy, not German.
Wait,
hamburger?
so
Ambarger, yeah.
yeah, I mean, so according to Food Lovers Companion, the name hamburger comes from the seaport town of Hamburg, Germany, where it is thought that the 19th century sailors brought back the idea of raw shredded beef, today known as beef tartare, after trading with the Baltic province of Russia.
Actually, what really happened is because that's a communist website, Seth,
Hamburger.
is Adolf Hitler actually, whenever they invaded and took over France, they
Mhm.
kidnapped Albert Ambarger and they stole his recipe and then brought it over to Germany.
So his name's
So yeah,
Albert Omberger, but you're calling him French because those are
yeah, yeah,
definitely not French names.
Oh no, he meant to say Alberto hamburger. Yeah,
It's closer, maybe a little more
yeah,
Italian, but we're getting there.
or Canadian. It's close
yeah. But
enough to
so in
Alberta.
Europe,
I
if
mean,
you
what's
go,
the difference between Alberta and Alberto? I mean, come on, guys. It's
one's
literally one
masculine,
letter.
one's feminine.
We got ourselves some linguists over here.
Hey,
Yeah, Amberger.
Canadians, don't attack us. No, no harm, no foul.
Yeah, so over
Canadians
in
aren't
like
known for attacking.
in Belgium, if you order like a ham sandwich, they
Mm-hmm.
bring you 2 slices of bread and ham. They
That
they
What?
don't
that
serve
sounds like
like
what
ham.
you ordered.
No, because if like you go here and you ask for like a ham sandwich, it usually includes a type of cheese, right?
Lettuce, tomatoes,
Yeah, but
cheese, some sort of condiment like
yeah,
mayonnaise.
but
Yeah, so if you
this
wanted
is America, we
to
do food differently.
actually get cheese and ham inside your sandwich, you have to order a grilled cheese with ham, and they're actually called croque monsieurs. And
Ooh,
yeah, it's
ooh.
delicious.
Say that
Sounds
again.
fancy.
It's a croque monsieur.
Croque monsieur.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
it's a grilled cheese with ham. Delicious.
Basically, okay. So
Yeah, so once I found that out, that's all I ordered afterwards.
Where is this at again?
Just because you wanted to say
Over
the
in Belgium.
words.
You went
'Cause you
to
wanted
Belgium?
Yeah,
get any
When?
waffles?
I never knew this
Two
about
thou-
you, dude.
yeah, 2004.
Did you get any waffles?
Really?
I did. Like street Belgian waffles are delicious.
Making sure
Oh,
you got waffles. Just
stop,
Yeah,
making
dude.
sure.
Are they
yeah,
really?
yes, yes, and they're huge, and they're
They're like
warm.
full big.
I got
No, they're bigger than that, Seth.
when
No,
I
no,
went
this is
up
big.
to
And
Colorado.
also fresh crepes off the street.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. When I went up to Colorado, they had crepe stands,
I
and they
mean,
were
you
actually really good. I'm sure they're
crepes are
probably
just
better
pancakes
over
that
there.
failed to be pancakes.
No, they
Crepes
were
are so much
damn
better than
good.
Crepes
They
are
did
just
so
pancakes that
good.
failed to be
It
pancakes.
was
They're like, we're supposed to rise. No, we're gonna just stay small.
That's why
okay.
they're French, right?
You never rise.
That's okay.
Viva la
Whoa,
revolution.
whoa! Don't hate on the Frenchies, okay? They came up with French fries,
No, they
and that
didn't.
is
No, they didn't.
yes, they
French fries
did.
did not come
Yeah,
from
and crepes
France.
actually were invented by a guy named Crepe La Crepe, right?
Remember when
He was best friends with
okay, Jesus.
Alberto Hamburger.
Alberta Hamburger. Oh,
And
that's
that was
who
his
it's
wife.
supposed to be.
That was his wife was Alberta, and he was Alberto.
You threw my train of thought off. I was gonna say
Colorado crepes.
I was gonna say no, I was going off of what you were saying. God,
No, crepes are better pancakes. If you want to make another comparison, Patrick,
Crepes,
you could say crepes
crepes
and
are failure
pancakes, right?
pancake.
remember when we had the whole controversy over whether French fries should be called French or they should be American fries and stuff like that?
Oh yeah,
Remember
freedom fries.
freedom fries, all that stuff back in the day. What was that about again? Wasn't that like after 9/11 or something?
Yeah, I think so.
Swear. People are stupid, and now we still call them French fries because that's what they're supposed to be called.
No, it's just
Well, they
because
weren't
old
invented
habits
in
die
France.
hard and teaching old dogs new tricks and all those other things.
Wasn't Japan
None
that
of them
invented
are-
French fries?
Really? So why is it called French? Okay,
I
we
don't know,
don't need
but
to get into another
as
one. We've
honestly, I'm
already
serious.
defined one food.
I don't believe France invented them.
I'm bleeding.
Yeah,
Yep.
you want some
Did you
chocolate?
accidentally like chip the glass or something?
Went right into my thumb.
Seth, was it like on the desk or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. So before the show, we were
Probably
talking about
gonna die
Patrick's
here.
foot attire,
Okay.
and somehow that led into Seth discussing his desk is actually slightly damaged.
Slightly damaged.
So while he's looking for a tissue to
Got
to
nothing
help
around
with
me.
that wound.
Basically, I'll give the story for Seth because I know he can't give it himself. He's a little preoccupied.
I'm,
we
I'm
talking about your
dying.
shoes?
I'm dying
So
over here.
basically, Seth was playing Rocket League, and one of his homies, Bearded Tater, he actually whiffed a pass for the winning goal. It was like just perfect. It would have been there, and this guy just fell.
Mute your mic.
And so
No,
Seth
you're okay.
basically,
I only have one
basically
hand. Leave me alone.
just took his controller, his $200 scuff controller,
Yep.
and he just
Yep.
on the desk.
Yep. That's
So what you're
exactly
telling
what
me is
happened.
he pulled
Yeah.
a Patrick.
No,
Exactly
Bro,
what
you
happened.
rage more than anybody I have met.
I rage, but I only yell. Like I do not break anything. I'm not a breaker. I
So
don't
this is
throw
brought to you
things.
by Advocare Health Solutions.
Yeah.
Oh, is that our sponsor now?
Wow. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, use code TTG at checkout for 5%
Yeah.
off.
No way.
I don't even know what this is. It's like a microfiber cloth. I found it just laying in a box.
Is it bleeding
'Cause
that
I mean-
bad?
It's not bleeding bad. It's just bleeding consistently.
You know you're fancy when you have microfiber cloths instead of napkins or Kleenexes.
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't
You
mess
need a
with that
microfiber cloth.
peasant stuff.
I do want to talk about your shoes though, Patrick. So before the show started, he went to close his door, and he was wearing some very questionable footwear without socks. It's something that looked like he needed socks. Oh, here we go. He's gonna show us. Okay. So they look a little different than what I thought.
Yeah, when he was
initially.
walking to the door, they looked like
They look
straight
like
up
dress
like
shoes.
they looked almost like clogs, that they would wear over in Europe back in the day. You know what I'm talking about? Those like wooden
Mhm.
clogs. That's really what they looked like when he was walking from his door.
Okay, now that I get a closer examination upon which I had seen with my eyes, that sentence made no sense. Yeah, initially when I walked the door, I thought they were the like those
Penny
Like the
loafers.
leather dress shoes, that you wear with, like, dress socks. That's what I
Oh
thought he was
yeah,
wearing,
no, no,
and
no.
that's why I initially made fun of him and said, "Patrick, I think you're missing socks," and then it led into a 20-minute discussion, about socks and, the proper use of socks, and now that I see that he's got shoes that are not designed for socks, I do apologize. I correct my former statement.
They're basically like fancy slippers. They're moccasins. They're based off of a moccasin, but instead of having a leather sole that's like just made out of leather, like a real original moccasin would be, they have a hard, you know, more long lasting bottom. So it makes them, even though they're kind of dirty, because I wear them everywhere, that makes them a little bit more durable. They're really nice. They cost like $100, but they're best money ever spent. My
That looks
last pair
tempting.
lasted for about 4 years. I don't know. My dad always wore them for some reason. So when I got old enough, I wanted one of those. I never wore slippers or anything like that. I
Now do
always
you wear
just
them out of the house or just inside?
sometimes, but they're not necessarily the most comfortable to walk around with for long durations of time. So you have to be careful. Like they're more for like sitting down and just like keeping your feet warm than to like actually be doing active stuff. Like if I go to the grocery store and I walk around for an hour and a half, sometimes my feet bug me by the end of it if I just wear them.
Wear them to play
Yeah, I've got an old
basketball.
pair
It
of,
just doesn't work.
Yeah.
slippers, house shoes, that I wear outside the house. Comfortable, incredibly comfortable, not having to worry about throwing some socks on and, getting your shoes on, just slip them bad boys
I
on
get
and
myself
head
pretty
out.
anytime I leave the house. Gotta put on fancy shoes, fancy clothes. Can't be seen out
See,
in the public.
but
Like
if you look perfect all the time, you don't have to worry about that, Seth.
like
I,
sometimes
I pretty
literally
much do look perfect all the time.
we'll go to the we're gonna go to the grocery store.
They're
Like
facts. What he's
it's
about to say is
Albertsons,
facts.
man. It's Albertsons.
Sometimes,
Who cares?
sometimes it
And
is
he will get
Rouse's.
mad at me because I want to wear my Star Wars pajama bottoms that are extremely comfortable and feel like silk. And he says it's not professional enough, and he makes me put on
I
like
said it's not
jeans or
professional
something.
enough. I said it's embarrassing. I will not be seen with you in public like that. And it's
Literally, he
not. It
made
is.
me
It
change
is.
the other
So
day.
no. And I told him it's not the pants. I even said change your fucking shirt and we'll be okay. But like he didn't match at all. He had on like his Star Wars pants, a shirt that didn't match at all, and then a jean jacket. I'm like, you are not going out in public like that. Like you are
Patrick, were you
not going
comfortable
out in
though?
public.
Yes, sir.
That's all that matters.
The fabric of the
Nope.
shirt was like one of the more
What
comfortable
what if I
shirts I
run
was
in? What
wearing.
if I run into one of my fans and they're like, oh my god, who does he keep company with?
Oh my god. You know what? What if I ran into my future wife? She'd probably respect me
She
more for
probably
just
would.
being who I wanted
She
to
would
be.
remember you in a bad way, and that would be the end of your. You just missed out on your future wife. Like, she'd be like,
No,
"Oh, gee."
or here's an optional theory. I'm not saying it's true or it could happen, but maybe she finds pity on me for my terrible fashion experience, and she takes it on herself to save this unwitting, handsome bachelor,
It's her vow.
this tall, unwitting, handsome bachelor, and turn him into a fashionista that blows her,
Gonna be
family
fashionista
away
though.
and friends. If somebody's out there, it's fine. Do it for me. I'll be in your movie. Okay. I'm just saying it's a good movie plot.
Yeah.
So
I
yeah,
mean, I feel like that's done,
probably, or at least something
but I
along
also
those
feel like
lines.
people would still watch it because you know, nothing better than changing a man for the better.
That's what I'm saying. It's a tried and true method to making great rom
It's
coms.
all part of my normal play. It's like I start out like I bring myself down a couple levels, and then I start progressively getting better, and they love it.
And then in reality, you reach back to what you actually
I
are.
mean, I'm
But
always at
they
like
think they
I'm
got you
always
from
at like
here, and
peak.
they're
I
here.
am I am the apex, but sometimes I got to bring it down and then come back up.
Oh, dude, that's actually a really good strategy for
Eh,
dating. I never thought about that before.
gotta give them things to fix.
Give them the both the best worlds. That way, yep, they have something to fix, and you don't have to actually get fixed. You're fine, right? What do you think, Will?
Uh, I don't know. I don't even know how to comment on this.
What do you think, Will? Answer the question. No, I'm just kidding.
No
Uh,
comment. No comment on that at
uh.
all.
You must comment on this.
Nah, you just
We
you
need
do.
listen, buddy. We need you to chip in, okay? Give your side of this.
I got nothing, man. If
Wow, you're
that's the way Seth wants to play it, I guess
I mean,
go.
if it ain't
It's
broke,
working
don't
out for him
fix
so
it.
far. He's single still. So
I need you to be a little bit more
Oh
chipper
yeah.
and chip in, buddy. I gave you the order. Now follow through with it, sir.
are you the boss now?
Yes, I guess. I decided to be the boss for about 30 seconds. And then when it gets too hard and I actually have to be responsible, I'm going to walk back to what I was. Okay.
So Patrick's
So,
using the opposite technique. I start here and then I
hmm
face.
here, down there. And that way they know from then on,
It can't
I
get worse
was
than this.
here. There is a potential I could be back here, but I'm down here. And then I just frustrate him. And it's like a never ending frustration of like, why won't he get back to here? You know?
Yeah.
It makes sense if you think about it. Maybe it's flawed logic. I don't know. Um, just
Yeah.
mind farted.
Nice.
That's twice
We
in this
call that
video.
dead air.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's what that is. Way to go, Patrick.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I had something and then just went blank. I guess I'm tired. I told you I was tired. I thought about taking a nap. Maybe I should have taken my nap. Am I old now? Does that mean you're old?
What, when you want to take a nap?
Yeah, no. When
I refuse naps.
you woke up at 5 and now you can't even think straight because it's 7. Is that pathetic? I feel like it's kind of pathetic.
Nah, you're old.
I'm not old until I turn 30, and that's still 9 months away, sir. You need to stop right now with that toxic, toxic whatever. Um, Speaking of being toxic, I do have another topic. So,
Ooh. Transitions.
um, about the Hillsong United Church and the pastors, basically. So, if anybody doesn't know who Hillsong United is, the church, it's basically like a church that's for celebrities and very very rich people. Like that's its whole thing, right?
Okay.
And apparently, the pastors, the old pastors, got in a lot of trouble recently because they were just using the money to live like luxurious lifestyles.
I
Um,
mean, they had to fit in with their community.
and be supermodels, etc. I could read the whole multitude of articles because there's a lot. There's actually I don't know. New stuff keeps coming up all the time about it. People are freaking out. Justin Timberlake goes to this church.
Sign me
Um,
up.
but yeah, like they were buying extremely expensive cars, extremely expensive clothing, using the tithe money. So people were basically tithing to God, and they were just using it to
I mean,
live like this like crazy
this
luxurious
is
lifestyle.
like, I think this is only a thing because they were probably given so much money because people with millions of dollars are tithing, and if they're going to church, they might be following the whole 10% thing that they ask for because it's whatever the
You're
hell.
giving it to God.
But
Anyways, continue.
every single church is using that money on their pastors, and then the occasional whatever the hell the church needs. It's just the fact that this is in so much of a this is a lot more money that people are just like, yeah, it's like, oh, that's crazy, but
It's
it's
like wasteful. Why don't you use that money for like, doing some good, damn it. But
I
I guess
mean,
maybe they were doing good by enjoying a beautiful life, you
they
know?
needed cars so they could go feed the hungry Lamborghini.
I could let me pull this up just
You guys have HBO, right?
I do.
Okay. Y'all ever watch the show The Righteous Gemstones?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, so it has Dynamic Bride, and then it also has, oh, who's the guy from Rock as Roseanne? The actor.
Kevin Hart,
Nope. Drawing a blank. I usually don't. Um,
Kevin Spacey,
John Goodman. John Goodman. And essentially, they are pastors, like father son, and he's got a brother who's played. I honestly can't remember the kid's name.
Kevin James.
And they run a church. I think it's in Florida, but it's like a mega church, and it's just they live luxurious lifestyles, with the giant mansions that each of the families own on this. I don't know how many acre property they have. They've got a theme park, movie theaters. It's pretty good. I think there's like 8 or 9 episodes, 30 minutes each, and it's a parody of pretty much what this is, where you've got these pastors of these mega churches, like Joel Osteen, for instance, in Houston,
Great
you
guy.
know, just the amount of money that they use on themselves, to fund the kind of life they've got. And it's a parody of it, so it's a comedy. It's pretty good. If you got the time, I'd check it out.
Just I avoid all religion. Uh, Give me non-flashbacks.
How dare you? Oh, I'll give you the so in 2019 they made 12.7 million in tithe, of which is not taxable because it's donated money. So
Buying Jesus a lot of cars.
over 66% of that revenue went to a combination of staff salaries, benefits, and expenses. So they spent $3.8 million on their staff, which is crazy
I
to think
mean,
about
it's a
for a
big church.
church.
I'm sure they have a lot of staff.
And then their operating expenses, including venue rentals, no, including venue rentals, staffing, and production, cost 4.9 million. So that was just for their pastors and stuff, was 3.8 million. It's expensive, but they're good pastors, the best,
I'm sure they
the
have.
best.
How? I mean, they got to have a couple. I mean, and would you really run a church for less than $1 million? I
And
wouldn't.
basically, the other controversy was they gave him these things called PEX cards. I forgot. I read the article. This was like 2 weeks ago. Um, and the PEX cards, they took the tithe money and loaded it on, and then gave it to these employees and pastors and stuff, and we're like, yeah, you can use it to spend for money. And then they never asked for like, hey, what are you spending this money on? So it was kind of that's why everybody was so mad, because it's not only they just basically have credit cards with all this money that people are giving to them, and there's no like, well, I'm spending it on this. Instead, it's just like, well, I can spend it on
Accountability.
whatever I want to whenever I want to.
I
So
mean, if they were smart enough, they put enough offshore already, and
word.
a couple houses in
Oh
country
yeah,
that
one
doesn't
of the I think
extradite,
the head pastor, the old head pastor, owned a house that was worth like $1.1 million.
and no one was suspicious. Like, wow,
No,
that's a really nice
he
house.
got
Where did you get
fired.
this money?
He got fired for cheating on his wife. So that's what started this entire
Investigation.
circle that's
Wait,
gone
wait, wait,
down.
wait. I don't know if we can go any farther because I'm starting to think you're saying that religious people tend to be hypocrites, and I just can't condone this.
This could be true. I don't think all of them are. Let me be frank. I've met a lot of nice people. But yeah,
Be
no.
nice and still be a
This
hypocrite.
certain church, there was definitely some major, or I think there's definitely still some probably major issues going on. So I don't know. I thought I was gonna, I thought I was gonna go back to Hillsong, but I guess it's on to something new. But don't worry, guys. I invested all my money, so I am good to go.
Yeah.
Good to go. Yep.
Dogecoin, right? That's the next thing.
Is it? I thought it was Doggy Coin. Is it Dogecoin?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What's wrong with
I
it?
thought I think they said right now, dude, you can make a lot of money off of both Dogecoin and Ethereum. Those are the big ones.
I've only lost money in Dogecoin, but hey, it'll look up.
Yeah,
You
eventually.
did not. You
I
bought some.
Yeah, I'm losing
You
right
should
now,
have
but
bought
it'll come back.
Bitcoin.
It'll
You
come
should have
back.
bought Bitcoin, dude.
Nope.
Bitcoin went up so
No,
much
you
in
gotta
price.
you gotta invest in the future, not the now.
Dude, all these companies, including we were gonna cover this, but I'm not gonna go deep into it. But Tesla bought $1.5 billion in bitcoins. The reason they're doing it though, right, is because they're going to start accepting Bitcoin as a means to purchase their vehicles, which is huge. So that means that a legitimate billion-dollar company is saying that Ethereum is acceptable. I mean, not Ethereum, Bitcoin is acceptable to use as cash to spend. So it's huge. So there's a lot of
Fluctuates
other
like
companies
the
that are
normal
following
dollar.
that
So
and saying, and there's a lot of banks now that are saying they're going to actually start accepting Bitcoin and you can use it as like spending money too. So pretty
oh,
interesting. I don't know what that
I
means.
mean the paper dollar has been very outdated.
Well, and I learned in college, like through economics. I probably could have learned this not going to college, but I took an economics class, and that's what I learned it from. I'm sure I could have read a book and learned the same thing and not spent any money. But hey, it is what it is. I learned that money is all based off of faith. It has most money nowadays. Well, it used to not be, but money currently in the current day and age is based off of the belief. It's like a religion. It's based off of the faith and belief of the people that they believe this currency holds value. So that's why currency fluctuates so much because as governments, institutions, the countries themselves fall apart or are constantly strong like America, right? Then they believe or that's why they're starting to lose faith in America because we've been not doing a hot job lately. And
Been a rough
so our
couple
money
ones.
is becoming less valuable to the rest of the world because they're like, so
We
that's really
also
interesting when you
own
figure that
everything
out.
we
You're like,
own to China, but
yeah, true. But China doesn't want us to pay it back. They want us to just keep paying on the interest payments because they're making a bunch of money from us.
Yeah, you know who's not making money? Us. Not yet. Uh,
Whoa, whoa,
hopefully soon
whoa!
monetization,
but
ads, and
Dogecoin's
As
coming up though.
we'll
So
get there. We'll get there.
yeah,
And
yeah,
then,
Dogecoin.
yep,
Get that stuff.
cool.
Invest
I,
in it now. It's going to be worth a lot.
not actual advice. That's been the Talking
I
Tags
did
episode
it. I did it. Whenever
45.
I'm a millionaire next year, don't
I
say I
think
didn't say
that's gonna
something.
be it for us this week. Let us know if there's anything you ever want us to talk about. The comments or at either of the social medias links down below where they usually are haven't changed. I guess we'll see you guys when we see you guys. Are we back next week or is that the move?
No.
Nope. All right. So next week actually we are taking a bit of a hiatus. We'll see you I guess back in March. Stay safe out
And
there.
we'll be in
It
different rooms.
it should be just 1 week, but who knows?
So
So,
we love you, and we'll see you. We'll see you real soon.
ooh,
So
love. That's a strong word. I would say like. For me, it's
I'm
just a
afraid of
like.
that
But
word.
Will can love
Sorry.
however he wants to with whomever he wants to. Okay.
Oh.
I like you.
episode 45. Take care, guys.
Deuces.